Hey everybody, welcome to How-To Videos with Dr. Amy Gates. This particular how-to video is going to help students who are taking MM570 find their textbook and also figure out how to purchase SPSS for their class. Alright, so welcome to MM570 if you're planning to take it either now or in the future. This is a graduate statistics class for psychology, and it has some requirements that I strongly recommend you purchase and then get onto your computer before the first day of class. This particular course has a textbook called Statistics for Psychology 5th edition. You'll purchase this textbook through the student bookstore, and I'm going to show you how to get there. The second requirement for MM570 is a statistical package called SPSS. We're going to use SPSS for every assignment in MM570 and even every discussion assignment. Now, keeping in mind that once the course begins, your first main discussion post is actually due by Sunday of week 1. That gives you very little time if you haven't gotten SPSS already up and running on your computer. So part of the reason I'm making this how-to video is to help everybody to reduce their stress during the first week of the course by getting all the things that they need ready to go before the course begins. So where can you find all these items and what are your choices for getting SPSS? We're going to look at two choices. One of them is called On the Hub. Here's the actual physical link. And it's a lot to type in, so I will actually, for my students, I'm going to send this link out in email version. But if you would like, if you're listening to this video and you're not in my course, you can always email your instructor and ask them to send you the On the Hub direct link or another method of getting there if you don't already know. So this is our direct link for On the Hub, and I'm going to show you how to get there through the classroom as well. This method we'll see is going to give us the option of downloading SPSS directly from the internet. This option is faster, it's cheaper, but the downside is you cannot use student financial aid. You have to just pay out of pocket. The second option for getting SPSS is just going through the normal bookstore. Here's the direct link. And in this case, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, not significantly, but you can use your voucher. If you decide to order SPSS using the bookstore option, it's going to come along with your textbook in the form of a CD. And you'll have to put that CD into your computer and install it. So think to yourself as well, does my computer or laptop or netbook have a CD drive? In fact, a lot of them don't these days. And so you want to make sure that you choose the smartest, best option for you for purchasing SPSS, which is absolutely required for our course, and you must have it on your computer and up and running before the first day of class. Other required software for MM570, aside from SPSS, is Microsoft Office and Adobe Reader. Adobe Reader is free and you can download it at www.adobe.com. Now I'm going to enter into the classroom and show you what happens when we clicked the On the Hub link, so you can see all the steps you have to take if you want to just download SPSS. And I'm also going to walk you through the student bookstore link so you can see what that looks like as well. Alright, so here we go. Let me click back on our classroom. Here's our classroom area, and I'm going to move this over just a little bit so we have a good view of it. So in this case, if I look under the course home link and I scroll down until I see the SPSS and software requirements option, if I click that, it actually brings me to the page that we're looking at right now. And just to make sure that makes sense, let me go ahead and change pages here. And now again, I'm going to go on the course home. I'm going to scroll under it until I see SPSS and software requirements. I'm going to click that. And that's going to bring me to the page I need to be on to get SPSS and to order my textbook. There's definitely more ways to get to these locations. This is just one option. You'll notice here that I have the option of going to On the Hub to get my SPSS. Let's click that and see where it takes us. If I click On the Hub, it takes me to an area that looks like this. If you don't have Microsoft Office, this is a perfect place to buy it. They have it for the Mac and for the PC. But you want SPSS. Right up here in this almost hidden area is a little link to IBM's SPSS, and that's the link you want to click. Let's click that link, and now we have options which are always confusing. We want the first option, IBM SPSS Statistics 20. This is the one that we want. We can ignore the other three. So let's click on this. Now keep in mind, as an instructor, this system is not putting me through a lot of questions. It's not asking me for my email address or how I'm planning to pay or anything like that. So don't become alarmed if when you step through this process, there are some extra pages that come up or some extra questions. Just follow the system as you go through. Type in your Kaplan email if it asks you for that information, and just follow the process, and I promise you, you will get to all these pages. Now once you choose IBM SPSS Statistics 20, let me click on that, it takes you to what's called a download area. And all of a sudden there's all these options, and the first thing you're thinking is, oh no, I have no idea which option to choose. Let me help you with that. If you have a Windows computer, you want to choose options on this page. If you have a Mac computer, you'll have to click this button first, and then you'll choose from these options. Let's go to Windows. If you have a Windows computer, you can either get a 12-month rental, which is a little more expensive, or you can get the 6-month rental, which is a lot cheaper. Unless you're planning to use SPSS after our class is over, you really only need the 6-month rental. For our class, I recommend the 6-month rental, and this is the exact one you want. IBM SPSS Statistics Standard Grad Pack 20 for Windows 6-month rental. Once you find this and click it or add it to the cart, it'll ask you how you want to pay, and it'll take you through the process. You will have to download it onto your machine. Right from this point, you'll go through all the steps. Take your time, be patient, and follow each step. Once you've downloaded it, test it to make sure you can open it up. I'm also going to create and distribute another how-to video, which is what to do once you have SPSS on your computer. How do you test it? How do you open it? But that'll be in a different video. For now, let's focus on getting SPSS onto your computer. So this is the first option if you have a Windows PC. If you have a Mac, same idea. You look down here until you find the Statistics Standard 20 for Mac, 6-month rental. And you would click this option and then follow all of the steps. This is the option that I recommend for PC or Mac. It's the fastest, it's the cheapest, and it'll get SPS onto your computer that same day. However, the downside is you cannot use financial aid or a voucher for this option. For using the download option, you have to just pay with a credit card or possibly PayPal, but you're going to have to pay out of pocket. If you do not want to pay out of pocket or that is not an option for you, here's the second way you can get SPSS on your computer. Let's go back to our classroom, and instead of clicking on the hub, let's click the Kaplan Student Store. And remember, we had a direct link for that as well. Going to the Kaplan Student Store brings us to this particular page. In this case, I want to click on Books. It's not going to say SPSS on this page, so don't get confused. This is the location that you're going to use to order your textbook. So click on Books, and once you do that, you have to answer some questions and maneuver through the site. The first thing I want to click is Order Books, because that's what I want to do. So I'm going to click Order Books. You can pay, in this case, using a voucher, student financial aid, or credit card. I'll just choose the credit card option, but you can choose whichever one is best for you. Now you want to choose the term that you're in. And then you want to choose your major, like maybe Masters of Science in Psychology. Now we have to type in these words, and I'm so bad at this, so just be patient with me. Let me see if I can get these right. TASLUS semicolon. No, that's not it. Okay, let's try that. Okay, that worked. Then you have to find MM570, and you check that, and you click Continue. This is basically telling the bookstore what it is that you need, what class you're taking. This is what's going to pop up. This is your required textbook. You will have to order this no matter what, so definitely order this book. The other option here is the SPSS Grad Pack 20, just like we saw on the hub. If you want to, right now you can just order both. And this way you'll have the SPSS Grad Pack sent to you with your textbook through the mail in the form of a CD. Once you get the CD, you'll have to install it into your computer. But keep in mind, if you don't have a CD drive, you won't be able to use this option. So think about this and determine what's going to be best for you, because you will have to get SPSS onto your computer before the first day of class. So we've looked at two options. This is the bookstore option, where you order these in the mail and they're shipped to you in the form of a CD and a textbook. And we also looked at the option called On the Hub, where you actually go through the process of choosing SPSS, choosing Statistics 20, determining whether you have a Mac or Windows, and then downloading the 6-month rental, which you can see is a little cheaper, but you can't use your student financial aid option. Either of these options are fine, but if you decide to order the textbook and the CD, please do this today. Do not delay. It is imperative that you get your SPSS as soon as possible and get it installed on your computer and ready to go. Thanks for joining me, and keep a lookout for the next video that shows you what to do once you have SPSS on your computer and ready to use. Thank you.